Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Guess what I just got? How did you know that? That's right, I got the Beatles, the U.S. albums. Also Canadian albums, because this was the, the albums here in Canada that in the 60s I thought were the real Beatles albums. But of course, later on I discover that it's not actually the correct track listing for a lot of their official albums. Like, in the 60s, I always thought Rubber Soul, it starts with I've Just Seen a Face. And then I think it was the early 80s I finally learned that no, the real Beatles albums, the track listing in the UK was way different than in the US and Canada. We were kind of ripped off, basically. But still, albums like Yesterday and Today, like I said, back in the day, those to me were real Beatles albums. And they are in a way, I guess. So let's unbox this. So it's 13 original US albums presented in both mono and stereo replica miniature LP packaging. This set contains blah, blah, blah. You'll see it when I open it here. And I've never seen, I don't think I've ever watched a video on this, so this will be all new to me. I don't know why they do this stupid thing. So, it's the same picture. Yeah, same picture on the front and back. Why not just have this? I'm already complaining. Have it like that for the back. But I'm not going to complain. Hello. So there it is. This is exciting. All right. Oh, it's got a nice for protection. Let's take all of these out of the box. That. And by the way, thank you to my newest members. I now have 7 members. Once I get one more member, I can display the members on my front channel. I think it'll switch to different members every time. So thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate it. So it comes with this booklet, which I'll show at the end. So yeah, this was, for me, back in the 60s. This, I thought, was the Beatles' very first album. Meet the Beatles. There it is. Of course, the US and Canada got ripped off with not as many songs. Yeah, very nice quality. Oh, it comes in a plastic sleeve. What a surprise. So that must be the original inner sleeve for the vinyl. There it is on the Capitol record label. Yeah, so the UK albums were usually 14 songs on each album, and this one only has 12. And this is the Beatles' second album. at least in Canada and the U.S. So yeah, I had, or my older brothers and sisters had some of these albums, but some of them we never did have in the family. So there it is. "12 songs. And just the very same packaging for all of them. On to the next one. Okay, original, I never had this one. Original motion picture soundtrack, The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. Of course, this one is way different than the UK A Hard Day's Night because it's got instrumentals on it. Yeah, 4 of them are instrumentals. There's 12 songs in total, so we really got ripped off. But it's cool to, finally have these. And I definitely will listen to them. Yeah, I think we had this one too at some point. So I won't open these. They're just, like I said, all the same. This one I'll open up. The Beatles Story, I have heard it, of course, online, but we never had it in our family. Let's open this one up. And as always, please remember, if you enjoy these videos, to like the video and leave a comment below. There it is. So this was only in the U.S. and Canada. It wasn't one of the UK official albums. And then just on one, it was on 2 vinyl records, but just 1 CD. We had this one, Beatles 65. So this contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs. They couldn't even give us 12 songs. No Reply, I'm a Loser, Babies in Black, Rock and Roll Music, I'll Follow the Sun, Mr. Moonlight, Honey Don't, I'll Be Back, She's a Woman, I Feel Fine, and Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Never had this one. The one we had was called Twist and Shout, but this is kind of similar. The early Beatles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 songs. Yes, I remember this very well. Beatles 6. And I didn't know for many, many years, what they're doing here, because they're not showing that they're cutting a cake. What a silly photo. Show the cake so we know what they're doing there. And 6 songs on side 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs on side 2. 11 tracks again. And here is the Beatles' Help, which I remember very well. And we really got ripped off with this album because there's only 7 Beatles songs. The rest is instrumental from the movie, which I did like, actually, at the time. I didn't mind it. But once again, didn't know there was a UK version, a lot more Beatles songs. And this had a gatefold. The only good thing about this one is we got a gatefold and the UK version didn't get one. So that's Help. Oh, here's a biggie. Rubber Soul. Of course, we got 12 songs this time. Way to go, Capital. We're only missing 2 songs. And once again, you know, the track listing is very different overall from the UK version. And I've always liked Rubber Soul starting with I've Just Seen a Face. I think that's a better opening. It really fits on Rubber Soul, but that's Rubber Soul. This one I played a lot. The Beatles, Yesterday and Today. And of course, they took some songs. So for Revolver, there's 3 John Lennon songs that we missed because they were put on Yesterday and Today, taken off Revolver. But still, you know, it's a great fake album. And what's really cool with this is which, of course, I never knew about back in the day until a little later on, that this was the original cover for a very short time. That's not disturbing. It's cool. Yeah, only 11 songs instead of 14, with 3 of the great John Lennon songs missing. But we didn't know back in the day. And the last one that Canada and the U.S. got was this. Sometimes known as Hey Jude, sometimes known as The Beatles Again, or whatever you want to call it. There's the track listing. And it's on the Apple label, yeah, called Hey Jude. And it comes with a very nice glossy booklet. Very nice photos. High quality. It talks about each of the albums, which is cool. It's nice when you see photos of the Beatles that you haven't seen before for some of these. And it just goes on and on and on. 12 brand new songs instead of 14. Yeah, this is a very, very detailed booklet. And then goes through the track listings. And that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please remember to thumbs up the video and think of becoming a member of my channel. Thanks. Have a great day.